Welcome to jQuery video series, and this is part 103, and today we are going to look at the inner height method. Alright, so before I start, I'm assuming that you might be having a jQuery file with you into your project, and we are going to look at the inner height. And I'm also assuming that you have the reference of this jQuery into your project, and you have some basic JavaScript code in order to execute our jQuery instruction. Alright, so next let's look at the document. Alright, so the HTML is pretty simple. What I have is one h2 tag and I got 4 paragraph tags. I have class green, which means I'm applying a border of 5px and a color as green to that border, and the width is 760, which I don't care at this point. Alright, so now let's talk about what is an inner height. Inner height means elements height plus we are considering the padding's height as well, the top and the bottom as well. So what I mean by that is, if you understand the box model, so you will understand I'm talking about the height of an element plus I'm calculating the padding top height, and I'm also calculating the padding bottom height. If I sum padding top element and padding bottom, I get internal height. That's it. That's inner height. All right, and if you want to see that by the box, then I can show you that using a Firebug, so you will understand. So okay, so this is my element, and if I'm looking at this layout, so you remember inner width was the summation of padding left width of an element and padding of right. The inner height is the opposite. Again, it includes the padding, but it includes the top, the element height, and the padding bottom. If you sum these three guys up, you will get a value of the inner height. So at present I can see the 20 is the only inner height, because the height is 20 right here, and padding top is nothing and padding bottom is nothing. So if I go back and if I try to alert and see the inner height, this is a basic one. I'm looking at the last paragraph tag using a jQuery, and I'm calculating the inner height using the inner height function. Right, so this is a syntax, pretty easy. Whatever the value is coming, I'm putting that into the R, and then I'm alerting that value. So let me refresh. So you should see 20 as a value. So pretty straightforward, because the height is 20 over here, padding top is nothing, and padding bottom is nothing. So now let's make the changes. Now if I'll go and I'll use the CSS function, and I'll set the padding top as 10. So you can imagine if I set the padding top as 10, so the summation will be 30. So if I do the refresh again here, so I should get 30, because this is 10 plus 20. Let's make one more change, and this time we are going to change the bottom. Okay, so this time I'm expecting an answer as 40, 10, 20, and again 10. So let's do the refresh. 40, perfect. So you got the idea. 10, 20, and 10. We are not including border or margin, only padding and element. So that's what I have written over here. The element plus padding top and padding bottom only. Left and right, we don't care. That goes under the width. So I hope you got the idea how to use the inner height, and plus there's a way to set an element like I explained, the inner height, and then you specify a height in integer or in string. It will work fine. So that is an homework for you guys. Alright, so I hope to see you in the next video, and that would be the outer height. Thanks, you're fine.